Hi, Greg Silva. Just wanted to go over a couple of things having to do with the PGs or progress and goal checks. This is a little bit different than doing a progress evaluation when you talk to someone about renewal. The PG1 is done usually about 2 weeks after a person starts in the class. You're either talking to the student, if it's an older student. If it's a child, you're talking to the parents. And what you really want to do is get them thinking in the right direction. Too often a new student comes in and they start comparing their child or themselves with someone who's been at the school for a while longer. Or they expect too much too fast. So we kind of want to put them at ease and get them thinking the right way. So if we're talking to parents, ask them how they're doing, or just a little chit-chat, and say, hey, I notice your son David is doing really, really well. A lot of times when parents come into the school, they really don't know what to look for. If you notice the instructors, they're very, very positive, because it's really important that we praise your child a lot. He has to feel good about himself. This is like the first step to self-esteem. So you can see a lot of praising being done. It's really helpful if you carry this on at home. So if you can become a good finder, like our instructors are good finders, and catch David doing something good and give him some type of positive reinforcement and praise, that goes a long way. Another thing you want to do is not compare David with the other kids in class. Some of these kids have been here for quite a while, and they're pretty good. So they have that experience behind them. David's just started. So again, we want to give him that encouragement. Let him go at his own pace. He's already doing really well, and I think he's going to someday make a great black belt. That's all my progress and goal check number one is going to be. Again, I want them thinking, so they're looking to be a good finder, what to expect out of their child. Don't expect them to perform like this child or kick like that child. David's just getting started. Give him a break. Same thing with adult. You would do the same thing, making them feel comfortable at their progress. Make sure they're going at a pace that's comfortable for them. They're not going to try to push themselves while they're overtrained or not going to hurt themselves. Now, when you do PG2, this is a little bit different. Right now, we're starting to get them to think that this is a long journey. And it's a journey. It's not really a destination. In other words, we really don't get a black belt. We become a black belt. So when we're talking to them, we're going to talk to them. You've been training for about 4 weeks now, and it's really, really good. Now, you've been consistent. It's not quite a habit yet. This is still something new. When something's new, we get really, really enthusiastic. Because I know David out there, man, he's fired up this class. But there's going to be times when he's going to come home from school. He may have something else on his mind, and he may not want to do martial arts again, or he may be having a challenging class with either curriculum or another child. If something like this comes up, it's really important that you bring it to my attention. Really, when we teach, we have a critical eye. We're watching the kids' body language, make sure they're having a good time, enjoying themselves and progressing. But you see your child out of our school too. So if you see them losing interest, it's really important that we team up and don't let David give up. Because all the benefits of martial arts are too valuable to give up. He's going to be learning self-confidence, self-esteem, courtesy, patience, respect for others, integrity, honesty. All these things take a long period of time. That's going to take forever. It may take 6 months or a year to see these subtle changes become part of his daily life. But again, David's a great student. We don't want to give up on him. So if you do see some type of challenges, make sure you bring it to my attention. I'll do the same to you, because it's really important that we team up, because David's the most important kid on that floor, right? And we want to make sure he gets some good progress. Thank you. That's all it is. It's a conversation that may take you a minute, but you're reassuring the parent that he is going to see ups and downs in David's training and David's enthusiasm. That's okay. That's normal. We all go through that. No one's gung-ho at everything they do, just like a parent's not gung-ho every day for work. I mean, they have ups and downs in their enthusiasm and their feelings. It's all natural. Everything's going to be all right. It's okay. It's part of David's growing up process. But again, we want to team up, because we're all in it for David's progress. Now, those chats aren't made by appointment. We're not taking the parent or the student in the office. It's a chat you can do in the lobby. Maybe pull up a chair by the parent while the parent's watching class. That's when we do a chat like that. Now, when we do the PG3, now we're setting them up for a future office conference. So now we're talking to the parent or the student about 6 to 8 weeks in. We're talking to them about setting goals. You've been here for a while now. We're really getting close to that first test. So now you're going to take a yellow belt test, you're going to see some achievement at the end of this goal. Now, many students at this point start thinking of black belt. I mean, they've tried martial arts, they love martial arts, and they know black belt is just not an achievement, but it's a lifestyle. Have you really thought about gaining a black belt for yourself, or have you thought about David becoming that black belt? If they say yes, you just say, okay, that's great. Let's see how he's doing as we get close to this test, and then if you and I can just sit down, make an appointment, we can talk about David's goals or your goals, and that time we'll make a decision if black belt training makes sense. Now, after that test, now you have some information. Now you would actually make the appointment where you're going into the office and doing the progress check with the goal of doing an upgrade or extension on their program. But again, these PGs or these progress goal checks, one, we're just getting the thinking right, so now the parents knowing what to look for. The second one, we understand that there's highs and lows in training. That's cool, as long as we team up and we don't give up. And number three, have you ever really thought about setting the goal for black belt? I know you've been here, you're starting on our welcome package, you're doing very well, but as you can see, black belt is a lifestyle. We want to share that lifestyle with you. That's all about the culture of our school. If you thought about it, now let's sit down and talk about it. That's the whole idea of the progress and goal checks. I do have papers that we can give out so the parents have a reminder that they can put on the refrigerator later. If you need those progress and goal check letters, give me an email or call me and I'll make sure you get them. Thank you.